There is a massive gap in the coloring book market right now, and almost no one is talking about it. If we move fast, we can claim this space before it gets saturated. I'm going to show you the exact strategy and the image hack that will give you crisp, professional illustrations that stand out from every low-quality book clogging up Amazon. When I start doing research in Amazon, first of all, I log out of my Amazon account because I don't want it to get muddled with other things I've searched. I want to just keep it a little bit more focused on my coloring books for adults. So I pressed enter, and here at the very top, this is a really big ad that's coming up. Now, we've all seen this type of book for a while. This is definitely more of a mandala style book. And then what do we see as soon as we pass that big sponsored ad is our Coco Wyo books. Now, if you saw my last video, and I'll put the link right here, right there, and you can check out how to do these type of books. They're a lot of fun. And of course, right now we're going into Q4, so we're going into the fall. You're going to see a lot more of the spooky and the Halloween and the cozy coloring books. These are all make really great gifts. But as you can see, Coco Wyo is dominating this front cover. This type of book is all over the front page. And here's that amazing patterns. But let's look at this really quickly. If you look at this, it's like mandalas, and mandalas have been around for a while. There was a huge mandala craze just 2 years ago, and that's all we were making, including myself, was mandalas. But I want you to see what I've been seeing pop up for a while that's just a little different and has great reviews. So I'm scrolling down. I still see other than Coco Wyo. Here are some others that are breaking through the Coco Wyo pages. This is a Coco Wyo. This one is by Jeanette. It says Jeanette Veronica. Looks like she's doing some great work and getting great reviews. And I come down here. Again, this is the stress relief mandala style patterns that we've been seeing. So I'm going to keep going because I've seen mandalas for a while. Okay, keep going past the more Coco Wyo. And oh, I've done this one. I have a video on how to do the cursing coloring book. And this is my coloring book that still sells even when I'm not running ads. It sells itself. Then I'm coming down. Now I can't do a spiral book in Amazon KDP, so I'm passing the spirals. Okay, and here we come to a stress relief. We've seen this one for a while. And here we are to the book that I have been seeing, and I want to make sure we make this book. I'm going to show you how to make it. It's this one, the Mindfulness Patterns book. But let me show you how it is different and how I'm not seeing other books like these. Okay, so we can already see here that that there's lots of patterns, but if you go into the pages that it provides, you will see that she's really known for a shape and then a pattern within that shape. This is the signature style of this type of book that I'm not seeing anywhere else. So here, this is a teardrop or a drop with shapes inside of the drops. These are leaves, shapes inside of the leaves. I don't know if you would call these geometric patterns, or I think just patterns. And I believe these are hand-drawn. They're beautifully hand-drawn. And I'm going to show you my efforts in AI to make these, and I'm going to walk you through that. And again, just beautiful, simple patterns. Here's almost like piano keys. Another great example, these are hearts with patterns on the inside, squares and rectangles, lots of great swirls. These are all gorgeous. I'm going to show you how to make this coloring book right now. With any coloring book, I start testing out which one of my tools will be best to create the images for that coloring book. So I started here in Gemini, and I said create an 8.5 by 11 coloring page, black and white, no grayscale, of the shapes such as leaves and trees with repeating patterns inside. Okay, first of all, it didn't listen to me with the 8.5 by 11. It made a square. I thought, that's okay. I can still do a square page. And as I look in here, I think, oh, well, that actually looks really good until I zoom in closer. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to be going over how to make sure that it's high resolution. So I'm not worried about the fuzziness right now, but as I look really closely, look at this leaf right here, like it's just squiggle lines. And in here are these patterns that actually have a closure to them so you can color them. Like this you can color, but these are just squiggly lines. They don't look very clean and neat. Let me keep trying. So I said to remove the text and to keep going, make another one. And I thought, that's actually pretty cute. I could make a whole book out of these really fun type of patterns. But I wanted to make that other book, and I get distracted really easily. AI will start making something and I'll be like, oh, I'll just make that book. Focus. I want to make the other book. So here, I wanted it to be one shape with repeating patterns inside. Okay, it got a little bit closer to it. And as I click on this, I see here it's almost like some kind of Celtic pattern in here. But I would have to really clean up these edges. Like, look at this leaf right here is terrible. This pattern on the mushroom is great. Okay, those pine cones are great. The patterns around the heart, not great. I probably would delete those. So I want to keep trying. So now I thought, okay, I'm going to be a little bit clearer, and I'm going to have it I'm going to say one animal and then make the patterns inside. And actually, I really do like that owl. But like this part right here looks fabulous. But then I look down here, and again, it's squiggle lines. It doesn't look good. I would have to go in and clean all that up. Down here, the tail looks great. It looks really busy. I would want to remove all of the leaves around it. So then it just keeps getting busier and busier. And it's leaning a little bit more to the mandala look that we saw, and that's not really what I want. I realized after all of those animal patterns kept on getting busier and busier, I needed to start fresh with a new page in Gemini. So I did. I asked it to create a coloring page with flowers, and I thought, yeah, I think this is getting a little bit closer. I really like this image. But again, then I zoom in and I'm like, well, that's nice. That's really muddled. So let's keep trying. I asked it to make it simpler. I definitely like this one. Okay. And then as I zoom in, I think, look at all of these patterns are perfect. But this one, no, that's just squiggle lines. And when all the others are great, I need to fix that one leaf. Okay, but I did stick with the flower patterns. I thought, okay, this is working great. I can definitely make a book with this. But I really wanted it to be 8.5 by 11, and I'm trying to stay focused and make that other book and not get distracted. So here I went back with the flower patterns. I thought, okay, this is looking really nice. I like this flower pattern, but again, it's getting too busy. Coming here to AI is not a one and done. Nothing is a one and done. Everything you've got to work and see what fits. Okay, I like this flower, but I don't like the lines to color. This one, though, this one worked a lot better because I'm like, okay, those are geometric patterns. You can color that. You can do shading in here. That can be a different color. They're not just squiggle lines. Perfect. This one worked great. But I did all of that for one image. So I thought, well, what if I take this image over to Canva and let's see what I can do with it over there. First of all, I wanted to see if I could increase the resolution because there's no reason for me to continue making those other beautiful flower images if I can't make the resolution really great. So as I come in here and zoom in, you can see how pixelated it is. We need to pause here really quick for a quick vocab lesson. And don't worry, I've got all of this written down for you on my website at reneeclancy.com. PPI measures how many tiny pixels fit into 1 inch of a digital image on a screen. Higher PPI means the image looks sharper and clearer. Here's how to ensure high quality for Amazon KDP. When you create your image, say in Canva or Kittl or other tools, set the canvas size to a correct inches and 300 PPI before you start designing. Your example for an 8.5 by 11 coloring book page would be at 300 PPI. That's 2550 by 3300 pixels. Now DPI refers to how many ink dots a printer places per inch on your paper. The more dots, the cleaner and more professional the print will look. How to ensure that high quality for KDP? Avoid screenshots or low-resolution internet images. Those are often only 72 DPI and will look blurry when printed. A vector image is made from math-based lines and curves, and not pixels. Because of this, vectors can be stretched to any size without losing clarity, which means they are perfect for coloring book line art. And how to ensure great quality? Well, whenever possible, create or use vector SVG files for your line art. From Kittl, Illustrator, Inkscape, or Vector AI generators, you can usually get this. Use thick, clean lines, not pixel sketchy lines, so they print crisp on KDP's black and white inkjet printers. Export your final page as a high-resolution PDF to keep the lines sharp. Okay, let's dive back in. So I'm not going to do this in Canva. I'm going to hop on over to Kittl and see what Kittl can give me. I realized what I needed to do was take this image and vectorize it. That's taking a PNG or a JPEG and converting it to a vector image. And remember, the vocabulary is that a vector image is a mathematical image that can be expanded or contracted. No matter how large you make it, it's not going to be fuzzy or pixelated. So this is how you do it, is you click on the image. Okay, let me just zoom in and show you. Yep, it's pretty pixelated. Okay. And then you click here, vectorize. Now there's only one color here. I don't want it to select the white and vectorize the white. I want to just select the black and vectorize the image. So I click vectorize, and then this is what I get. So after I've vectorized the image, look what happens. I click on it. Now when I zoom in, look at how that snaps into place and it's no longer pixelated. So I want this one, and it really helps me see. I can look in really close and look at the little tiny edges that don't close and that might irritate someone who's coloring it. This looks fine. This looks good. It's just these little bits here in the center, and I think I'm okay with that because this part out here looks pretty good. So what I decided to do was stay here in Kittl and see what Kittl could provide me with their AI options also. So again, I'm just kind of still trying to see which ones work best. And in Kittl, I went to their AI. I asked it to create a floral image with patterns, geometric patterns, and it did, but look at how much black is there. So I went through and I tried a variety. I tried Dolly, this is like, I think their tattoo art. I tried this one as their coloring page. And I kept on trying to see, it made this flower. And again, that's very nice, but there's too much black on it. I'm not going to be able to, no one's going to want to color that. It's too dark. And then I made this one. I thought, okay, that one's getting a little bit better. It's a little bit lighter, but it's not what I wanted to make. Okay, so then I tried this one. Now this is the ideogram style, and I asked it to make, I did the exact same one. Here's the description. High contrast coloring page, white background, thin black lines, flowers with patterns inside of the flower. Okay, and this is what it gave me, and I thought, oh, I actually kind of like that. Am I getting distracted here? I like it though. I figure it's giving me a little bit more of what I want, so I made a few more of those. And then for this one, I asked it to, look, here's the description. High contrast coloring page, thin black lines, geometric patterns of clouds. So that's what it gave me, interpretation of a cloud. And I thought, okay, I'm getting a little bit closer here. And I decided to then use Kittl's resources page, some of their shapes and ornaments and illustrative and abstract items to build my books along with the combination of AI. So this is what I have ended up with, and I left a couple of pages blank so that we could walk through the process together. I'm going to zoom in and show you where I think I got it right, and then some of where I think I got it wrong, but I still kept it because I liked the style. So for example, this one, I think I got it right. I think that's the shape with swirls or some kind of shape inside with the shape of the cactus, and people can color each one differently depending on what they want. And then here, this is one that I did with Gemini, where I took the shape from here, went over to Gemini, uploaded it, and said, put a geometric pattern inside of this. Okay. And I made sure to make it a vector image so that no matter how much I zoom in, it will not be pixelated. Okay. I did leave this one, the clouds one, because I really liked it. I feel like it's different. I just liked it. And I guess speaking from someone who would be buying a book like this, I would like to color a page like this. Anything to help reduce anxiety, right? Oh, my mother-in-law also loves to color these type of books, so I try to keep her in mind when I create the books also. Here is one I got from Kittl's tools, and I thought it was a lot of fun. Again, different shapes. This one also, this is the one you saw me create. Here's also the shapes I got from Kittl. This is one of those examples of an item with different patterns inside. This was made by Kittle's AI with that AI process I showed you. I thought, okay, it's exactly what I wanted. It's a larger shape with swirls or something inside. This was done with Kittle's AI. I thought it just added something a little different, but still kind of kept with the general pattern. And these are patterns that I found here in Kittle's book. And this one I'm not that crazy about. I might do something different with that one. Oh, here's another example. So I got these all from Kittle's Icon like clip art gallery. So it's right over here. When I come in here to shapes, I can click on, I wanted something that was like a heart, clicked on heart patterns. And I'm going to come here to ornaments, nope, shapes. There we go. And as I scrolled down, I could see, okay, so look at these heart shapes. So that's perfect. That's really what I want. And so I built it just like that other book has a variety of the same type of shape and different things on the inside. Now let me show you how I changed it and made it an outline, because this one right here, there's nothing to color in. It's all black. So I wanted you to change that. Let me show you how I did that. And it's already a vector image, so I don't have to worry about it being big or small. So here I changed the color to white. Okay, and then it disappears. So I need to add an outline or a border. So here I click border, and it automatically defaults to 5. And I think that's a good width. You can make it thinner or thicker. So that's why I kept on like these. I think these are fun. You might hate them. Someone might hate them, but I think that they're fun. So here, this is where I typed in abstract patterns and geometric patterns. And it gave me all of these options. And this is where I got like these options. So I dragged and dropped it over here, multiplied it, removed the color, added the boundary, and it gave me all of those beautiful, fun to color shapes. I came down here, just kept on scrolling down. And there are so many shapes to choose from. You just have to be able to see beyond the color and make it black and white. This is where I got this particular shape. This is actually a 4, like it's a rectangle and then kind of 2 squares. And that was in here also. It might pop up again. And then I just removed the color and made the border and then copied it and filled the whole page. So I had some fun with this. And let me show you, let's go ahead and do a couple more. Let's come here to the AI, and with the ideogram, okay, I really like that. And I feel like that does fit with the general theme of that other book, but I would like more than one leaf on this particular page. So let's keep going and make a few others. So now I'm going to go ahead and download all of these pages as a high-resolution PDF, as one PDF all together. The other thing that I'm trying to do here is make a low-cost book. My 50 coloring pages, which makes it 100 pages, or 40 coloring pages, which makes it 85 or so, have just been too large and too expensive, and I'm trying to keep that cost down. So here I am downloading all artboards. I'm downloading them all as PDF. I want to combine all the artboards into one file. And I want to, now here, do I click the optimize quality? Well, over here, I don't have to because it's already at 300 DPI. When I have done this before, it's too large to upload to BookBolt. And so as long as I have 300 DPI or 300 dots per inch, it's at the highest that it can go. Here we are in BookBolt. Let me show you how I set this up. So here at paperback, cover, and interior, I called this Patterns Project, and I did an 8.5 by 11. I did black and white interior paper, and for this one, I did a bleed because some of those images go all the way to the edge, and imagine like it's bleeding over the edge, right? So it goes all the way to the edge. So I only have 25 images, and so I want nothing on the back of each image, so that makes it 50 pages, but I need a title cover page, and then page 2 is the back of that page. Everything starts on page 3. Really, I need 52, 53 pages, and then create project. Now, let me go ahead and show you how to place each one of these. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to use BookBolt for this. I just do because I love how it really helps me with all of the formatting, and formatting is not my strong suit. So if you know how to if you format all of this, say you can format it in Canva, you can format it so that when you download it, it's ready to go from Kindle. In fact, I promise I will learn how to do that for you, to teach you how to do that. But for right now, I'm doing it all in BookBolt. Now I need to upload that particular PDF, which I did, into BookBolt, and I'm going to now place it onto all of the pages. Here I'm going to right click, use folder as page template, and then I want it all to be on the odd pages. So I'm going to select all the odd. You can see I already have it here. This is the cover, and then this is page 1, where my title and copyright's going to be. Nothing on page 2 because that's the back. And then this is going to be page 3, so I know everything's going to be on the odd pages. So I need to deselect page 1. And as you can see, it fits nicely, works well. I'm going to go ahead and click Continue to Options. Now, I want it to go to the paper edges, and I want it to resize and fill the whole paper because maybe my page sizes weren't exactly the trim size that was needed for this book. I know a lot of people don't do this. It's okay to stretch it just a little bit. I'm going to stretch it just a little bit because they're high quality images. It shouldn't be a problem, just to make it really fit perfectly along those edges. Down here, by clicking one template per page, that means it's going to overwrite anything that's on there previously. And then I'm going to click Submit. And then here I go through and I'm going to check them because as I click here, this one, great, perfect. It's centered, but it goes all the way to the edge. As I go through and check others, this looks great. Okay, good. The hearts go all the way to the edge. This looks good. This is one that, remember that one I said I liked from AI, so I put it in here. And yep, looks good. I'm going to go through and check all of these. Okay, let's work on the cover. But in order for me to do that, I need one of my images to be colored. So which image should I pick to color for the front page? I'm not going to pick this one because I think that's too much like a mandala. Let's pick one that I like. I could do this one. I actually really like this one, and I can ask AI to color it, continuing with the shape of a lion. Let's see how it does. Nope. Let's do another one. It's not bold enough. I need that front page to really pop. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to put this on the cover, and then I'm going to add some others on the back so that the person can see what the inside of the book actually has. It's up to you if you want to add that copyright detail to the front of your book or anywhere in your book. Some people do. Honestly, sometimes I forget. I'm going to show you how I do it when I decide to do it. Now this, as I look at this cover, it's pretty plain. I should probably, you know what, I'm going to add some kind of frame or something with some red because it's just a little too simple for me. And I love, I love a cover that pops, which I think this does, but I think I need to do something a little bit more. I like that. I like the colors, I love red. I think it's definitely going to pop on the page a little bit more, even though we'll just be seeing that front page. I need to correct that line just a little bit, a little off, and then we're good to go. Okay, let's prep our KDP now. So, title of the book. And let's have ChatGPT help us out with that description. Now let's enter in those keywords. Remember, a keyword is one word like coloring or coloring book, but a keyword phrase is coloring book for adults, and those are called long tail keywords. Okay, I've entered all of the long tail keywords. Okay, that all looks good. Now, in my last book, I changed this to standard color interior to elevate the thickness of the quality of the book. I'm going to try that again this time. I have fewer pages. The biggest issue is it made the book too expensive. So if it's over $9, then I've got to come back and change this to black and white interior. Let's see what we have so far. So many of you may be yelling at the screen right now going, what? How can you print it if it's not 72 pages? Okay, so this is what happened. Is because I chose color interior, it stopped me and said you don't have enough pages. So I just went back, changed it to black and white interior, and then it was fine having fewer pages, having only 52 pages. So that's the difference. I'm looking here. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. No red flags here. Nothing saying that that anything inside is bad. I might go back and change that flower, lighten it up, because now that it's gray, doesn't look great. But I think these look really good. I think these overall turned out pretty nice. Now remember, the reason why I always love to put pictures on the back is if they know what they're getting, then your chances of getting 5 out of 5 stars are so much better because people will know what was expecting and they won't buy it if that's not the type of book that they want. So I was sure to put a variety of images on the back so they know the variety that's going to be on the inside. Okay, so I'm glad I'm going to be able to make this below $9. Let's see what happens. Let's see here, it's $7.95. $1.14. I think that's pretty good. I'm so happy I got it below that $9 mark. I think this is going to be a great seller for the fall, for Christmas coming up. And I'm going to go ahead and publish. Let me know if you have any questions.